Hello everybody, this is the introduction to the wood element Qigong. Let's go ahead and find our standing position. Feet shoulder width apart, facing forward like train tracks, knees slightly bent, hips sinking down from the quad, release the outer hips, tuck the chin down, elongate the spine, left hand on the belly, right hand on the heart. Take a moment to feel into your organs. Come into the present moment and connect with your breath. Empty the mind and open the heart. Let's take 3 nice big sighs. Assuring that you're using good abdominal breathing. As you inhale, the belly is expanding. As you exhale, the belly is releasing, relaxing. A breathing exercise to begin and prepare. The hands are like fluffing clouds, like this kind of squeezing, releasing movement. Squeezing, releasing. We do this with an inhaling breath. As we come all the way up, the hands go out and then it's the sigh. That repeats. A few more, grabbing for the energy fields, contracting the hands, palms, then releasing, contracting and releasing, taking multiple breaths to fully breathe in and then sighing it all out. Hands, palms down to the side. Let's bounce and shake the body out a little bit. Either bouncing on the heels or with flat feet, just bouncing on the knees. The intention is to release. So let go of any tension in the jaw. Open up through the pelvis. And then utilize your breath or the sound, ahs, oohs, sighs, whatever you can do to send vibration through the body, send the release signals from the mind into the body, and then active relaxation. Active relaxation means we're aware of where we're releasing. We're sending the energy of the breath into those regions and then utilizing the exhale breath to discharge and let go. And give the body a shake out. We'll do 3 pulling down the heavens, connecting with the earth below. Slight inner and outer smile as you do the inhaling breath to gather. And then exhale, relax from head to toe, clearing the energy fields in the front of the body. Again, inhaling, open up the pores. Exhale, releasing, relaxing down the back side of the body. Inhaling to gather in. Exhale, release down through the center of the body, like X-ray vision, relaxing through the bones and the organs. Pausing in our Wuji, the hands like resting on a table. Open up through the armpit spaces, openings in all the joints, tongue to the roof of the mouth, hips sinking down. And observe in neutrality, equanimity, not reacting to sensations, not steered on either polarity of negative or positive emotion, finding a neutral place in the middle, and not engaging with the thoughts. If there are thoughts, let them be. Simply remaining in your center, aware of the natural breath. The wood element. Inhaling, hands, palms up, like you're doing the pulling down the heavens movement. As you exhale, draw the hands, palms down. Little modification. Now you're pressing the palms with a little bit of force and rooting down into the earth. So as you're inhaling, send your awareness up. If you were outside, you would send it all the way up into the heavens. Even if you're in a building, send it up. As you're moving the awareness down, you're traveling through the body, yeah? And then as you're pressing down, you're going down into the center of the earth. So energetically, you send the awareness down. Now that continues. Inhaling for the first few to lift all the way up, and then exhaling down, press out. If you want to add the legs, without locking the knees, straighten the legs on the inhale. As you exhale, sink down into the kwa, bending the knees. Repeat this for a number of repetitions with an equanimous and contented mind. Till now you are breathing out on the exhale, and as you push your hands down, and in on the inhale as you move your hands up. Now simply let the breath go. You're not controlling or regulating it. You're not needing to move with the breath. But move nice and slow and stay connected to your breathing process. Still follow the energy up towards the heavens, down towards the earth. Slow it down even more and be aware of the subtleties of energy around you and within you. Always an aspect of your awareness rooted in the lower dantian. Now this is really key. Pause in Wuji and be aware of the energy field still moving around you. This is a key thing to understand about Qigong, particularly in this 5-element series. We're going to do a movement like we just did. The energy going all the way up and then all the way down. If you do this in repetition, will begin to influence the energy fields around so that they begin to flow. Kind of like we've dropped a pebble in a pond and there's a ripple of what we're doing in the energy fields around, yeah? So then when you stop moving, there will still be a ripple of the subtle energy fields doing that same thing. So when you come into Wuji, simply observe that subtlety. This is how you'll get to know these movements at a deeper level. And you'll build more stability in your body in the stillness and awareness of the subtleties. Let's try that again. Begin by inhaling as you go up, exhaling as you go down. So I started us off doing the same thing. We were inhaling as we went up, exhaling as we went down, because this helps to focus the mind, the breath, all of our intention and resources doing the exact same thing. But then, last time I got you to stop breathing in coordination with the movement. This is teaching you to work at different levels with the energy. So let's do that again. Unhook the breath from the movement and simply breathe in and out naturally, using your hands to modulate the energy fields. Hands in Wuji. Now trace that same energy as it goes all the way up and all the way down, but just with your mind's attention, like it was a spotlight, and you're shining it in that same directionality. Now as you're doing this, this isn't true Wuji, because Wuji is true neutrality. This is just a different level of working with the energy. And then come into neutrality, where you're just focusing on your dantian and the energy sensations in the body, but you're aware of what's happening inside and around you in the energy fields. But there's no intention to govern the energy or to make any contrivances or controlling of the energy, even the breath, natural as it is. So we're learning to work at those different levels of energy. It reminds me of like when somebody's looking at you. You may not even be looking at them. You could even be looking in the other direction. But if they're looking at you, you might feel an energy. That's the subtleties of our gaze, which has an energy, and our mind's attention focused in on somebody. There's something that happens. So we're working at these different levels, from the more gross ways of moving the physical body and the choreography of the movement, and then going in through the subtleties, working with the breath, and even just the mind, or the yi, the directionality of the mind and its capacity to move the qi. Then we come into neutrality. And this cadence is what builds most of the Qigong practice. Movement to stillness, stillness to movement, and then our movements have greater levels of stillness and awareness in them. Let's close up this practice. Hands, palms on the dantian, 9 rotations counterclockwise, then clockwise. And then we'll add a closing self-healing movement. Inhaling, hands coming up the body. You can bring them all the way up. I'm avoiding my microphone. And then pressing them down the sides. So we're using moderate pressure of the body, of the hands on the body, pardon me. And this is going to help to move the circulation and the lymph. Anytime when touching the body, I recommend the inner smile. Kind of like you're smiling towards a friend, or activating your inner healer of like, if you were to give somebody a good massage, there would be a good intention there of love, right? So notice the difference between you just mechanically massaging the body and offering more presence, more of a deeper intentional touch with which to heal and to really nurture and hold the body. And hands to the side. Just taking a moment, just as we do in Wuji, but with hands to the side, just to notice sensation. Activate the inner smile, 3 sides to close. I love at the beginning of practice, sometimes the sigh feels like it's like labored. And that's all about our relationship of how we take in life, say yes to life on the inhale, and then the exhale is what we give back. And if we're holding a lot of stress, it'll be like control in the throat, or it'll feel like we're huffing that sigh out. And then the more that you relax and the more that you release and discharge that pent-up stress, that sympathetic tone in the system, the sigh falls away with an ease and a grace. So when you sigh in the beginning of practice towards the end, notice how you can release the sigh. And if it's still feeling like it's congested, more sighing is the prescription, yeah? Thank you for practicing. I'll see you in the next video.